Canarell says, I've heard streamers that went to Facebook and came back to Twitch later. Oh, that happens with most platforms. Yeah. Watch. I'm very curious, and I'm going to go ahead and say this now. Watch what happens when Shroud's and Ninja's contracts are up. Let's see what happens. Especially if they don't get re-signed. If they get re-signed, that's one thing. But if Mixer does not re-sign their big contracts, I wonder where they'll end up. I wonder where they will end up. That would be a thing. Yeah. How long are their contracts for? I have no idea. I don't know a lot about their contracts. No, that is not my information to know. It is not my business to know. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That information, the only public information about that kind of stuff is the information that those streamers choose to make public. Yeah. Nuriel, I could, but I'm talking about something else right now. Twitch did the same thing, though, by linking streams on ads on different forums, like how Lyric had 70 to 80K viewers for a week. Yep. They also actually did the same thing for our stream. We did a charity event with State Farm, and they embedded my stream on Reddit. And I, within 5 minutes, went from 15K viewers to 45K viewers. They had rented that spot out for like a week or two more. So they just pointed it at Lyric's stream, and Lyric had like 70 to 80K views for a couple weeks. The thing that's important to mention, though, is it was for a couple weeks. That was Twitch experimenting, seeing what they could do. It's nobody right now has that stuff going on their channel. That isn't doing that themselves. There's a channel called F Extra Life, and they get a lot of flack because they have a huge amount of viewers, and their channel isn't big. I'll just go ahead and say it. They're not a big channel. They just embed their stream in their very popular wiki, and then they basically use those embedded views to push themselves at the top of the ranks and then get all the viewers over other streamers. Here's the thing. They've been doing that for 6+ months now. Twitch is totally aware of it and not doing anything. So, you know, I've heard people be like, yeah, you know, F Extra Life, man, that's so terrible of them. Really? Because, like, Twitch isn't doing a damn thing about it. So, like, they could have turned that off the second it happened. I mean, are they really in the wrong for doing something that Twitch is apparently totally cool with? So, yeah, number one, Alex says, hey, first of all, good to see you, Alex. Second of all, says they've actually been doing it for over a year now. Yeah, there you go. Like, you can't really get mad at folks for using tools that the company says is fine. So, yeah, what are you gonna do? There you go. And also Twitch, like we were just talking about, Twitch does it themselves. Like Twitch embedded streams on Reddit. Twitch embeds esports stuff all the time. All the time. Twitch will embed esport events on popular websites and things like that. Like the Overwatch League. Dude, the Overwatch League had so many embeds all over the internet. Yeah, so I mean, you know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? That's Twitch's prerogative. There we go, right into that tree. Nice. Yeah, I personally am very much against embedding, but if Twitch is okay with it, what are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? It's their platform. They can do whatever they want. Nice, Emperador. Do it, man. Oh, I messed up. Do advertisers like embedding? That's a good question. I don't know, Julia. I'm not sure what the state on that is. I would think that advertisers hate embedding. I would think that they would feel they're getting ripped off by embedding. But maybe not? I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? Bill shakes. Yeah, I mean, they can do what they want, dude. Hell, I'm a sub. Like, I feel you. I feel you. they've been embedding streams into ads recently. Oh, I don't know about that, Richie. What does that even mean? Hey, 14yo, what's up, buddy? When am I signing with Twitch? I don't know what I'm gonna do with Twitch. All of the people that have been signing with Twitch recently are all through the same advertising agency called, management agency called Loaded. So I'm with an agency called OPG, and the most recent signing by OPG was King Ithalian to Mixer. So yeah, I have no idea what's going on there, to be honest. OPG also manages Facebook streamers and F Extra Life. They manage them too. So like they're all over the map, man. They do all sorts of stuff. Would I ever go to Mixer? No. Like I tell people, the only thing that would get me to go to Mixer is if they offered me basically more money than my channel is worth. And it would be the kind of thing where they would basically have to set my family up for life. Which is, and I'm very upfront about this, is way more than my channel is worth. So, like, essentially, like I've been saying earlier about Mixer, when you go to Mixer, you're essentially stopping your forward progression in the streaming career. You are helping Mixer get more numbers, and I'm sure they really appreciate that, and that's good for them. They're getting something from it for sure. But from the streamer perspective, you are putting your career on pause, and in many ways, reversing the progress you've made. So, it's basically essentially kind of like a retirement plan. Yeah. So, yeah, like I'm very happy on Twitch. Even with all the issues that Twitch has, I still think that it's a pretty magical place. And also I like it here, man. I like you guys. I like coming here every day. I know that if I were to change up what I have now, that it would be significantly different. And that I know for a fact that if I were to move somewhere else, I would lose half of you guys. At least. Probably a lot more. And that's a huge consideration for me. I get on stream many days in a bad mood, and you guys make me feel better. So it's like that's in many ways more than something that money would ever get me. And it's just, it's not worth it for me, man. It's not like, again, they'd have to give me a stupid amount of money. It's like one of those offers you can't refuse kind of things. And I don't even think they do a tenth of that. So I'm not really concerned. Okay. Oh, Edgar posted a quest. Let's see what he's doing. We're getting so close to MR50. Once we get to MR50, we can go back to the Guiding Lands and do like all sorts of fun stuff there, which I am looking forward to. It's an optional. Ah, there we go. So I'm noticing like we're just doing Legiana over and over. Are there more tempered monsters? I mean, don't get me wrong, I like fighting Legiana, but I'm wondering if there's a reason there seems to be this one over and over. Ken Shino says Lyric says the same thing. Dude, yeah, I think I was also very glad when I saw Lyric sign back with Twitch. He's kind of a Twitch staple, man. Lyric was huge when I was getting started. Yeah, he's a Twitch mainstay, dude. Driggin, good to see you, my man. Hey, Snow, with that 10 gift bomb. Thank you very much, my man. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Would I go to another service for $1 billion? Yes. I do have a price. And that is it. Yes. I would then go to that service and I would do what I have to for as long as I need to, and then I would come back to Twitch. Yes. And I would probably start up a second channel on Twitch that nobody would know about but me and you. And I would just hang out with you guys after dark. But don't tell anyone. Yeah, see, it's really different now, because now that I have kids, like, if you would have asked me 5 years ago, like, what's your price? I just would have said, I have no price, because I didn't. There was nothing that would get me to leave. But these days, like, if somebody's like, hey, if you do this thing for us, we'll set your kids up for the rest of their lives. It's like, Well, yeah. Like, I see you found my weakness. Interesting. Interesting. Huh. Yeah. So that becomes a bit more tumultuous. Shouldn't they be pulling themselves up by their bootstraps? Yes, they should. And that's something I'm definitely planning on teaching my kids as they grow up. About how they need to get things themselves and everything. But still, being able to make sure they are set is still pretty important. Yeah. Still pretty important. Making sure every door that is open that I can. But no, dude, like my dad raised me in a way that I'm planning on raising my kids as well. Where, you know, I grew up in a pretty privileged household. My dad owned a company. My mom worked for NPR, doing some really cool stuff. And, you know, I grew up in a pretty privileged environment. But when I went to school, where my classmates were getting cars for their 16th birthdays and stuff, my dad pretty much made me work for everything. He had a sports car, a gorgeous mid-80s RX-7 limited edition, golden. It was beautiful. And it was parked in the driveway for years. And I always just kind of assumed that when I turned 16 and got my driver's license, you know, that I would use it, right? And as I got closer and closer to that, you know, I would kind of hint it at my dad, and he would just kind of, you know, oh yeah, funny. And then by the time I actually got ready to drive it and everything, about a week before I got my permit, he donated the car to charity. And he said, oh, you want a car? Well, you need to earn a car. You can drive that old truck over there. It's manual. You don't know how to drive manual. You can learn and drive that. And if you want a nice car, you can earn it yourself. So, and he was that way for most of the stuff in my life. Where he was like, oh, you want that thing? Oh yeah, of course I could buy it for you. Or you could earn it. And that was pretty much most of the things growing up. And honestly, now that I'm older and having seen what has happened to some of my classmates that did not go through stuff like that, like I am, at the time, obviously I wasn't happy with it, but now that I'm older, I that is exactly what I'm doing with my kids, essentially. I will be emulating what my dad did with me with my kids, where it's kind of like, sure, I could give you this stuff, or you could go ask your mom what you could do to earn it. What chores do you need to do around the house to earn it? What can you do to work for it? So, yeah. That stuff's big for me, man. Big for me. Very big. Ask mom. Hey, my wife grew up in a very similar environment. I don't need to worry about my kids having to go to my mom or their mom to ask for free stuff, because she ain't gonna give it to them. Nope. Boop. Get on down here and have yourself some fun. There we go. What was my first job like? One of my first jobs was being the maintenance worker at a pool. I cleaned out drainage ditches. Oh, there goes my frames again. Cleaned out drainage ditches. Cleaned out bathrooms. All the funnest of fun stuff. Yeah. So you do know that your dad's method actually backfires in about 70% of cases, make kids hate their father's parents in the long run, right? It worked on you because that you are intelligent enough to understand. Well, you know what, Griffin? I think that making sure that your kids understand why it happens is a big part of doing it properly. So I see what you're saying, but I think if a kid is raised without the intelligent understanding of why the person's doing it, then that's failing doing it in the first place. So, like, a part of raising your kid and making them work for what they do is making sure they understand why they're working for it. If you don't do that, then what's the point? Then at that point, you're not parenting properly. You know? Oh, wait, that's not right. Does herbal medicine work on it? No, I need null berries. Like Kravis says, much love from Brazil, my dude. Hey, big ups to Brazil, man. Big ups to Brazil. Boop. Hell yeah. Come on, chat. Stop backseat dadding. Please, I love talking about this stuff with you guys. I know a lot of you dudes are parents too, or maybe planning on being parents one day. It's good stuff to talk about. What are my parents' opinions on your career? Well, it's kind of funny because I told my parents I've been obsessed with computer games my whole life. I grew up in NORAD. Like I tell people, I spent more time in EverQuest 1's world than the real world for like years of my life. As such, my entire life I was telling my parents, oh, I'm gonna make money doing video games one day. I'm gonna do video games. Video games are gonna be my job. And of course they just both kind of laughed at me. Yeah, okay, well, you may want to go to, you know, college and get a degree and do all this stuff. But what's also been really great is even though they always joked about that kind of stuff, my parents have always been incredibly supportive of whatever I've done. And it's really important that parents, even if they don't necessarily super agree with what their kids are doing, being supportive is kind of a huge deal. So, you know, they were supportive when I tried DJing. They were supportive when I was doing music production. They were supportive when I quit my job and went back to school. Didn't mean they always agreed with it, but they were supportive. And you know, now now that we're here, you know, I'm put in very unique and interesting opportunities to, you know, help them in ways that I never would have been able to. And thankfully, because they've been so supportive of me and everything I do throughout my life, it's the kind of thing where it doesn't matter to me if they tried to divert me into different things. They always let me do what I wanted to do. They were always supportive of it. And now I'm in a position where I can finally reward them in some ways for being so, you know, cool about that when I was younger. So, yeah. Yeah. I relish opportunities to do that kind of stuff for my parents when I have the chance. Hey, very cool, Jellyfish. I had a residency for like house and deep house, but my love was always in electro and high energy stuff. Yeah. 14neo says Co is our cam girl now. That's right. That's right. Yep. Sullivan God says, you're gonna make your dad earn that new computer. I owe my dad a billion times. I could never repay my dad for all he's done for me throughout my life. So I could give him everything I earned for the rest of my life, and I would still be in debt. He doesn't have to do anything for me. Oh, look at all this stuff. Defense Jewel, Gobbler Jewel, Venom Jewel, Slider Attack, Paracoat. Okay. Specimen and Draw Protection. Ooh. Critical Draw and Divine Blessing? That sounds interesting. How to get so many jewels? We're doing tempered investigations right now. Yeah. Oh God, my Steamworks are full. Hey, Tevrat, sounds good, man. Give me 1 second. I gotta spend some of my fuel here. Blarg. Let's do it. Do my parents watch the stream? Yeah, my dad's a sub, and my mom watches frequently. Yeah, don't mind me, guys. I'm just letting out some steam right now. How long are we gonna stick with Monster Hunter World? At least until Saturday. Yeah, I realize that Monster Hunter World is, to put it bluntly, Twitch has kind of passed it by. So you know the people playing Monster Hunter World around these days are definitely are big fans of it. But yeah, so I'm probably gonna do Monster Hunter World for today, tomorrow, maybe even Friday as well. And then Saturday when we start Coder, I don't know what our plans are for that yet. I don't know if I'm gonna do like all day Coder streams or maybe Coder and a little EFT, maybe a little EDF. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. We may actually do Monster Hunter mornings and like EFT afternoons on Thursday or Friday. We'll see. We'll see. I'm still playing EFT like every night for hours, so I'd love to stream some more of it. Oh my god, my runs were so bad last night, chat. They were so bad. I played like 5 scav runs and like 4 PMC runs, and I think I evac'd once, if even. I may have not evac'd a single time. Oh my lord. And some of my deaths were so face palmy. Oh my god. There's nothing like getting shot in the jaw by a scav AI NPC when you forgot to put the visor of your bulletproof helmet down. That feeling you get when you see your death window and you see they hit you in the jaw, and you know that you would have been fully protected with your visor down, and you had a bunch of amazing gear on, it's just like... I wasn't even using a controller. I almost picked up my controller and threw it. Oh, my god. My god. My god. Woo! Subcrit, what about EFT on drop frames? I'm the only one on drop frames that plays EFT. So, yeah, it's a little out of JP's wheelhouse because it's kind of like there's some big jump scares and he doesn't want to deal with that. And Zeke doesn't really do first-person shooters. So, yeah. I am trying to get Zeke into Monster Hunter because I know JP's into Monster Hunter. So I would love to do a drop frames games with Monster Hunter. I think that would be really fun. But we'll see. We'll see. Abyssian says, what jump scares? Dude, believe it or not, EFT is a very stressful game. And I completely understand where JP's coming from when he talks about this. Like, in EFT, you are always having to worry about a giant blast out of nowhere killing you. Like, it can be very scary. It's a super, super immersive game. So it's real easy to kind of like there's a level of anxiety with EFT that is unique. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. I think JP would much rather just play something that's fun and not necessarily something that would, you know, have that kind of stuff in it. What is EFT? EFT is Escape from Tarkov. It's a game that I just recently started playing about a month ago. Yeah. It's a really good game, but it's a very unique game. It's a very stressful game. It's a very deep and hard game. Whoa. Slow down, Co. But yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Am I playing the mini game? Well, right now I'm just getting my oh good, my fuel's gone. Your fuel builds up in this game, and you have to like expend the fuel, or I don't think you'll get any more. So every time my fuel caps up, I just go and spend it. And go along my merry way. Yeah, dude, the Aurorian. One of the reasons I love EFT is specifically because it feels like Stalker. EFT to me is like a multiplayer Stalker game. It really is something kind of wild. Wait, is this going? Am I doing Zenogre? A tempered Zenogre? Or am I doing Tevrit? Which one am I supposed to be doing right now? I think we're doing Tevrit. Yeah. Okay. We'll jump in with Egger next time. We have 2 more spots or 1 more spot in this party if someone wants in. Where's Trixie been today? We gotta play with our girl Trixie. Her high flying antics and adorable little messages. Oh, I gotta change those. I gotta change mine. Where do I do that? Where do I change all of my like little quips when I do things? Is that in the guild card? Here maybe? Oh, here we go. Shout outs? Yeah, here we go. No, wait, maybe? Autos? Ah, yeah, here they are. Here they are. So you can actually go through and like change all these, which is hilarious. I'm riding this beat. No, that's terrible. You can make all sorts of fun ones. I'm gonna have to go through here and like change all these to things. I'm gonna do it offline. Yeah, I'm totally gonna do that offline. Cheeky breaky. I know, right? I should totally say that. We got one more spot, by the way, if someone wants in. Oh, by the way, quick note. We're definitely getting this out more so people know how to join us. If you ever see me in a game like Monster Hunter or any other game where I can play with viewers and stuff, if you ever want to join me, especially subs and long-term token holders, just go down to here to the Coalition application. There's a clan, servers, and groups button. And then if you find the game we're playing in here, you just click on that and it will tell you the recs. And then you can apply and get the code and come join me. So anytime you see me playing with viewers and subs, it's all now through the Coalition app. You can find out everything down there. Hey, Warhunter. Awesome. Let's do it. The Great Mag says 30K for non-subs. That is a lot. It is. Yes. The way that we do our token amounts is we start really high. And then if they fill up, we keep them there. But if they don't, then we lower it. I mean, generally lower it pretty quick. Monster Hunter, as you can see, we've had plenty of players at our current numbers. So until we get to a point where the people with those numbers are not filling up the room, then we'll keep it where it is. But yeah, the premise of the system is that we want to give people that have been here longer kind of the first crack at playing. Because I mean, they're honestly the foundation of our community. So yeah. And then as people stick around and watch longers and you know, get their own amount of tokens, they then become the foundation as well. Do you lose the tokens when you apply? Absolutely not. No, it only checks the amount of tokens you have. You don't lose anything. It just checks. Oh, man. Oh, I better make sure this is out of the way. You have been streaming long enough that that's age discrimination at this point. Rude. Douche. Oh, right in the neck. And then I jump on the leg, of course. I don't know what accepting guild card. Oh, no, 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 no! I was animation locked. I'm sorry. That was totally my bad. That was totally my bad. At least I know when I'm wrong now. I guess. The Aurorian. Nice, dude. Hey, congrats, Mr. Reck, and thanks to the devs Rockfish Games for supplying those copies of Everspace to give away. Enjoy it, dude. Everspace is an awesome game. Have fun with that one. I had to play more Everspace. I only did like 1 or 2 successful runs of that game. Although Everspace 2, oh my lord, am I looking forward to that game. Everspace 2 is going to be awesome. Jonej says, sad that Everspace 2 is going to be canceled. What are you talking about? It had a successful Kickstarter, my man. It's already, it's done. And it's by a company that made the first one. Yeah, what are you talking about? Girl, what you talking about? You can't be saying random stuff like that. Jonas says, oh, it did. Never mind then. Dude. Yeah, it totally had a successful Kickstarter. Yeah. What's Everspace? Everspace is a really cool roguelite space arcade game by Rockfish Games. And they're making another one called Everspace 2 that's basically like, if you remember the old game called like Privateer, it's kind of similar to that, where it's like it's going to be open world with a lot of environments, big main story. Like it's going to be really cool. It's going to be really cool. Do I have any more game development plans on the horizon? I'm so bummed when your last one didn't work out. Dude, you think you were bummed. That was a dark time in the world of code. I don't have any other game dev plans for now. The only thing I know for certain is that if I ever do game dev, which I'd really like to, it's going to be with an established company on an established project that, you know, like basically I want to be a consultant attached to a company that really knows what they're doing. Like I would love to help a CDPR, Valerian Studios. I would love to be brought along, like, you know, as a mechanics consultant or, you know, inventory management consultant, stuff like that. But in terms of game, like personal game dev, no, no, I've been burned too many times doing that. Like I have to be with a company that really knows what they're doing. Yeah, Owlcat, I would love to help Owlcat on their next game. Absolutely. That would be so much fun. I would love to help Owlcat. Just make their game amazing. You know. But yeah. That would be what I would do. Obsidian. I would love to help Obsidian in some capacity. That'd be a great one. Did your mother ever get a chance to meet Diane Reems while working at NPR? I don't think so. I mean, she very well might have. My mother was the program producer for one of the radio shows on NPR, and she would go to like all the big events and the dinners for the dinners for the fundraising stuff. And like she was really into that world for a long time. So she very well may have, but I don't know for sure. Co, please save Bethesda. Ha! Brother, you can't save what's already dead. I ain't a necromancer, my dude. I'm sorry. This is, by the way, this is a very good point to mention. I am talking about Bethesda development. I am actually still a fan of Bethesda publishing. I am looking forward to Doom 2. I am looking forward to more stuff from Arcane Studios. I don't mind Bethesda as a publisher. In fact, I wish they'd stop publishing games, give their IPs to other studios, and just focus on publishing. That is a dream of mine. Oh, cool. Obsidian's going to make Elder Scrolls 6? Great. Oh, we're just going to give Starfield to CDPR and let them finish it? Awesome. Of course, both those things would never happen. But, you know, if they were to do something like that, I would be fundamentally okay with it. You guys focus on just making money on publishing and let the people that really know how to make decent games make your decent games with your good IPs. You know, that'd be fine. But yeah, I do like Bethesda as a publisher, and there's a lot of good people that work at Bethesda. But as we learned with 76, they have lost their development touch. They are no longer capable of developing quality products. At least not in their current state. Something has to change. Something has to change. Because what they're doing now is not working. They know how to make decent games, at least they used to, but they don't have any passion anymore. Well, Axel, the problem is they, like, I don't know if they can make decent games anymore. Like, if you really look at Fallout 76 and just the impressive amount of problems that have come from that project, I'm not convinced that they have the teams and the talent to make good games anymore. Like, it's one thing to release a bad game and then fix it via patching. It's another thing to release a bad game, try to convince the world it's a good game, claim it's a success, and then patch after patch after patch after patch, introduce bugs, introduce problems, never fix the things people are looking for, like eviscerate them with cash store stuff and subscription services. Like, it's one thing to screw up a few times, it's another thing to make it a habit to screw up. And that's what they've done with 76. They have habitually screwed up with 76. So that's one of the things that leads me to believe, like, I don't know if they're going to be able to make a good Elder Scrolls 6. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they're capable of making a good Elder Scrolls 6 anymore. They may have lost their project managers or the talent that they needed to do it. I just don't know. No sé. Another good time to mention that I really hope we see a Bethesda redemption arc one day. I hate the fact that I'm saying this stuff about Bethesda because I used to love that company. Bethesda, there was a time in my life when Bethesda was in my top 3 companies. I loved them. I loved their products. I loved what they were doing. Like, it really bums me out that I'm talking this way about Bethesda. It's not just some hate-filled rant. This is just where we are. It's reality, you know? Like, there's no one more sad than me that I'm talking this way about Bethesda. It's the same way I feel when I'm talking about BioWare. It's like, dude, BioWare made Dragon Age Origins. That's one of the best games of all time. I'm looking forward to replaying Dragon Age Origins again. And to think, like, where we are now with BioWare, it's like, that's sad. It's sad. It hurts, man. It hurts. It's really unfortunate. But at the same time, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm gonna tell you how I feel about this stuff. I mean, it sucks. And I'm sure it closes some doors for me for some of these developers that I rant about, but I'd rather be honest with you than get a vacuous deal in a game that I'm not 100% behind. So, yeah.